You know, there are three pillars I think that we should concentrate on. First is good governance. We still have a long, long way. A lot of gains have been made, but still, we still have a long, long way to go before we achieve the good governance that we really think we are deserving of. Second is strengthening the institutions. The institutions that provide checks and balances, the institutions that safeguard the use of people's resources. To have a vibrant democracy, to have a thriving democracy, you need institutions that are strong. Once institutions fail, then democracy fails. And that's why you have things like coup d'etats happening, people power happening. These are all because of the failure of institutions to be as strong as they should be, to be the checks and balances of government, so that government officials will not do excesses in the performance of their jobs. And third is making sure that the government officials perform their tasks with the utmost transparency and accountability. Accountability to the people at all times. Not just during elections, you know, we have an elections coming, but it's not just during elections. Accountability to the people must be at all times. Hindi lang dapat eleksyon. Diba? Demokrasya tayo eh. Ang dami nga nagsasabi ng good governance, no? Pero ano ba talaga ibig sabihin ng good governance? Maganda lang pakinggan eh, pero pag tanungin mo sila, ano ba talaga ibig sabihin yan? Para sa akin, ang acronym, TAP. T-A-P. TAP. Transparency, accountability, and people participation. Yung transparency, yung nga sinasabi ko na walang sikreto dapat sa gobyerno. Of course, kung meron national security, dapat talaga sekreto yon just for a few because national security. But that's the only exception. Aside from that, the workings of government, the decisions of government officials must be made transparent. Sabi ko nga sa mga high school students, pagka kinakausap ko, kumukuha ko ng bote ng tubig, yung plastic bottle, tsaka yung bote ng Coca-Cola. Para ito at saka ito ang transparent. You can see through it. Walang dapat sikreto sa gobyerno, sapagkat kung walang sikreto sa gobyerno, maraming mata nakatingin sa tao na government official, lalo mag-iingat. At yung mga susubok ng gagawa ng kalokohan, hindi nagagawa ng kalokohan sapagkat alam niya, meron nakatingin sa kanya. So that is transparency. Accountability, yung nga sinasabi ko eh, hindi lang during panahon ng eleksyon, at all times. Kaya dapat palakasin natin yung Commission on Audit, yung Ombudsman, yung Sandiganbayan, yung mga institusyon, Department of Justice, yung mga institusyon na nagsisafeguard ng pag-aalaga ng resources ng taong bayan. Tsaka siguro dapat doon masama na rin yung accountability at all times, kaya siguro dapat may charter change para sa parliament. Pero mamaya ko na pag-usapan yan. And then yung people participation. Kasi sa demokrasya, yung pag-aabuso ng kapangyarihan, yung pag-aabuso ng pera ng bayan, kadalasan nangyayari kung walang nakikinig, walang tumitingin. Kung walang tumitingin, or worse, kung walang may pakialam, nakatingin nga sila, pero sasabihin nila lang, pakialam. Ang hirap noon. So, dapat ang tunay ng demokrasya, hindi lang yung government official ang gumagalaw, hindi lang yung government official ang gumagawa ng proseso, ng desisyon, ng mga suliranin ng mga communities at saka ng bansa. Kailangan makilahok to the extent that they can ang taong bayan. So the greater transparency, the greater accountability, and the greater people participation, TAP, then that is good governance. Yeah, yung Commission and Audit. Parating kulang ang budget nila. Kung titignan mo yung mga capabilities ng COA auditors natin, kulang. They're doing a fantastic job given the resources. But you know, a lot of things can be done for them. Their capacity building, training programs for them, increasing the institution, the number of people in COA. They're so undermanned. And I already talked to the COA chairman. Sabi ko sa kanya, oh, bagong appoint ka, pwede ba? Pag-aralan nyo na lahat ng mga dapat baguhin natin sa yung PD, yung State Auditing Code, which is a Marcos Decree. Pero, decree pa ni Marcos nung araw, PD siya. Nung araw, typewriter lang, wala pang computer, nandun na yung batas na yun. Hanggang ngayon, yun pa rin ang batas na yun eh. It's time we bring that law into the modern age. In the age of the use of technology, the age of paperless transactions, instant decisions, use of government funds in an instant because of technology. The law has to keep up with the times, and it's time we change the law or modernize the law on the Commission on Audit. So I've asked the chairman of the Commission on Audit to give us their legislative recommendations, and we will make also benchmarking with the other audit bodies of other governments in the world. Ibe-benchmark natin yung best practices nila at i-incorporate natin doon sa bagong law so that our auditing laws will come up to par for a 21st century technology. Yung Sandiganbayan, nako, yung Sandiganbayan, yun ang nagtatry ng mga kaso sa mga government officials na naakusahan ng wrongdoing, misuse. Ang bagal ng kaso. Ang bagal talaga. Nag-file ako ng bill para i-upgrade ang Sandiganbayan. Nadagdagan yung Sandiganbayan. Dati-rate, ang divisions ng Sandiganbayan, 5 lang. Ngayon, because of the new law, naging 7. Okay na sana, pero hindi pa rin ako satisfied. Gusto ko gawing 15 divisions. At hindi lang yan. Bakit lahat ng divisions nandito sa Imperial Manila? Parang hindi yata tama. Dapat naman meron din sa Luzon, Visayas at sa Mindanao. So dapat yung 15 division is spread out. Some in Manila, some in Luzon, some in Visayas, and some in Mindanao. Parang sa Court of Appeals, ganun talaga. So I'll work for that once the new Congress comes into being. Then we will strive for that, increasing some more divisions and spreading them out, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. In that way, I hope it can speed up the cases. And of course, there's the Ombudsman. The Office of the Ombudsman obviously needs help. They are in charge of investigating allegations of corruption and filing the cases. We all know how long those things take, and it's obvious that they yearn for more personnel, and their salaries have to be upgraded so that they can attract good people, honest people, efficient people, and most importantly, people who have their heart in the right place. But there's one office that people always gloss over or not even notice, and that's the Office of the Special Prosecutor. That's the one attached to the Ombudsman. Once the Ombudsman investigates and then it makes a case, it files the case in the Sandiganbayan, the one that takes over is the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Wala masyadong nakakapansin dyan. Kawawa yung mga tao dyan. Their salaries are meager, and they work, I'm sure the hours of work they put into it is fantastic. They do a lot of sacrifice for our country. And yet, naman, when they go against the rich and powerful. Ang kalaban nila, de campanilla na mga law firms, known lawyers, quality lawyers, the best lawyers that money can buy. Yun ang kalaban ng mga personnel ng Office of the State Prosecutor. Kawawa naman. Maraming tumitingin sa Ombudsman, pero tingin ko, alam mo, dapat nakatingin sila, tignan rin nila yung Office of the Special Prosecutor. So we will look into that and see how we can really strengthen the institution of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Oh, the Freedom of Information Bill. That bill, I don't think that's a no-brainer. Halos lahat yata ng senators filed a bill on it, and we passed it. I filed a bill on it. I filed a bill on it when I was in Congress. It didn't pass then. Now I'm a senator. We filed it. It passed in the Senate. Of course, it hasn't passed in the House, but what's important now is that we should still keep hammering away. In the next administration, we'll file it again, and let's all work until it becomes law. As I said, the principles of good governments are 3 words: TAP, transparency, accountability, and people participation. And the best way of putting flesh into the concept of transparency is the Freedom of Information Bill. Yes. Two principles are important. I think it's time we overhaul our system of government, overhaul the way we govern ourselves. The first is that we should change the Constitution and adopt a parliamentary system instead of a presidential system. Right now, we're going into an election, and hindi pa nag-uumpisa ang campaign period. And yet, kung titignan mo sa dyaryo, yung mga issue is ang laki-laki ng ginagastos na ng mga kandidato. Wala pang eleksyon, pero ang laki-laki. Ilang hundreds of millions na nagagastos nila. In a parliamentary system, you only run in the district. You don't run nationwide. Sure, may gastos pa rin. Sure, malaki pa rin. But it will be greatly minimized. Sapagkat doon ka lang tatakbo sa distrito mo. Hindi sa buong bansa. Then, when you want to become Prime Minister, the one that votes you to become Prime Minister is not the people at large, but the members of Parliament. So in that way, it would cut down the cost. Second, most important, is accountability. Under the presidential system, pag pumalpak na ang presidente, kung gumawa ng katiwalian, kung nandaya sa eleksyon, kung wala nang tiwala ang taong bayan sa tao, sa presidente, the only way to remove him or her is through impeachment. And we all know how difficult impeachment is. And out of frustration, people, even the military, they go into coup d'etats. Yung kay former President Gloria Arroyo, where she talked to some COMELEC commissioners, the Hello Garci tapes. We tried to impeach her several times, twice I think. And out of frustration, a coup d'etat was launched. That's because there was a failure of the institution. The coup d'etat didn't succeed, but the fact is, a coup d'etat was launched. Yung kay President Era, it was also a failure of the institution of impeachment. What removed Era was not the impeachment, but people power at EDSA, together with the military again, withdrawing support from the president, but not the institution of impeachment. So it's so hard to replace a leader when people have no more confidence sa kanya. Sinasabi na ng tao, umalis ka na dyan, wala na kaming tiwala sa iyo. Step down. Pero kung ayaw niya, kung kapit-tuko pa rin, walang mangyayari. And that's when we come into military adventurism. To remove all that, we have in the parliamentary system what you call a system of no confidence. This system of no confidence is just simply a vote. When the government of the day, pag pumalpak yung Prime Minister, pag gumawa ng katiwalian, sasabihin lang, we move for a vote of no confidence. Then Parliament will vote, and if the majority votes that there is no more confidence in their leader, in the Prime Minister, the government is replaced. And then the Parliament members just elect a new government. So it's faster, it's easier, and accountability is speedier. Accountability, faster, easier, speedier. After all, if accountability is so slow, if accountability is so cumbersome, then it's not accountability at all. The third aspect that I think is good for us in under parliamentary system is a fusion between the executive branch and the legislative branch. Under the presidential system, we have three branches: judiciary, the executive that executes the laws, and the legislative that makes the laws. Checks and balances, yan. That's why the three institutions of three branches check themselves out. Pero, alam mo, in this age of cell phones, instant emails, of apps, problems arise very fast, and solutions to those problems arise very fast, and decisions are made instantly, and decisions are supposed to be implemented instantly. But because of the checks and balances, then decisions take so much time to be implemented. Why? Checks and balances. But when you have a fusion of the legislative and the executive under a parliamentary system, then decisions can be made faster, decisions can be executed faster. Now, the other concept that goes with the parliamentary system is the federal system. We are a nation of diverse cultures. Sure, the Filipino language is gaining acceptance all over the islands, but nevertheless, we are a nation of diverse cultures. And our governance must be based on the respect for those cultures and based on the principle of subsidiarity, which means that the people who are there in the community should be the people who know what their problems are and who can best identify the solutions to their problems. We have had more than 100 years of centralized, unitary system of government. Everything is made here in Manila. All decisions are made in Imperial Manila. But that's not the way it should be. Decisions take so long because it has to wait for Manila, and solutions to the problems are wrong or irrelevant because the ones who make the decisions are not the people in the community. The ones who make the decisions are the people in Imperial Manila. The people who live in the community should be the ones to identify their problems and to give their solutions. I do remember the time of, the best example was the time of Jesse Robredo when he was still alive. He was Secretary of the ING then. And there was this fund for development of Mindanao. One of the communities in Mindanao, their problem was every day the children had to cross the river because the school was on the other side. And so the solution of the bureaucrat in Manila was to build a bridge, hundreds and hundreds of millions of bridge, worth of infrastructure, the bridge, so that children can cross. At first glance, it looks fine. Oo nga naman, tatawid yung mga bata. Dilagyan mo ng tulay. But Jesse Robredo said, teka muna, let me go down there in Mindanao. I'll go there and ask the community what they think their solution is. So he went down there and he asked the people. In that community, they also had a problem kasi they're rice farmers, but they didn't have irrigation. So when he asked the people, what do you think the solution is? Then he said, the bridge. Sabi, okay rin yan, Secretary, sabi ng mga leaders. Pero mas maganda siguro, wag na yung bridge. Kasi yung mga bata, para tumatawid, kasi nandito yung eskwelahan. Nandito sila sa kabila. Lagyan lang natin ng 4 na school buildings, lagyan mo ng 4 na teacher, hindi na kailangan tumawid. So instead of a bridge costing hundreds and hundreds of millions, they just built 4 classrooms, 4 teachers, presto, the problem was solved. And the excess savings, the money, was now used for the irrigation of the rice field of that community. Simply because Jesse Robredo asked the people down there in the community what they thought the solution was. And that is the most vivid way I can say that federalism enhances the capacity of the people to participate in a democracy, because you give them the power to make their decisions, to identify their problems, and to make their decisions.